Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I've been having a play with the Star of Light and a different type of card method. I've mounted all my stamps on my blocks, got those ready, and let me find my workings out. This is called a fan fold card. Absolutely beautiful, really nice. This is the cutout, but it opens like a fan. It's just lovely. Absolutely beautiful. And I've popped a card on the back so you can write your sentiment and your message to whoever. Stamped across here and got the lovely Merry Christmas in there. And Star of Wonder, Star of Night. I did do it a little bit too close to the top. I could do with it doing it in the middle a bit, so we'll alter that one. And I'm going to swap up the colours as well, but I'm going to show you how I made it. It's beautiful. It's not my idea. It's something I saw on Pinterest, but it's just beautiful. You could also put a panel in here, but because you've got gaps in between each one, you would see said panel, so that's why it's been put on the back. So, let's get started. You need quite a bit of paper. I've used Highland Heather. This has got that die release paper on the top, and I didn't really want to take it off because it looks frosted and it's just beautiful. That's the original colour, that side, and you turn it back and it's got that die release paper on it and it's just beautiful, so I'm going to leave that on. Your card pieces you are going to need. This one is for the base of the card, and this is 5 3/4 by 7. You're going to need another piece then, which is 5 3/4 by 4, and the whisper white is, let me find it, I'll measure it now, sorry. This is 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. This is just a layer on the back. Is that the one? Yeah, I think that's the way it's going. Because this is going to be the back of your card. We're going to score this piece. Then you're going to need another piece of whisper white. This is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. You're going to need a strip, which is 3/4 by, oh, where am I up to now? This is 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. Sorry, my measurements are all over the place. These are the 3 strips for going down the front. And you need 3 of those and 3 of the layered card as well to contrast. And these are 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, and these are 3 5/8 by 1 5/8, and you need 3 of those. There we go. And I need another piece of whisper white. Let me see if this piece is long enough. Oh, that's not even whisper white, it's fun foam. No, that's definitely not long enough, because I need a piece to run down my strip there. So I'm going to grab another piece out of the drawer. You have to be prepared, Gaynor. Can't just dive into these. So I'm going to cut this at, because this strip here measures 3/4 inch, you want this 1/2 inch by 5 I think. So 1/2 inch. And we're going to add that layer in down there, and it needs to be trimmed down to 5. Let's just make sure we got that right now. Oh no, maybe 5 1/4. Oh, Gaynor, measure once, cut twice, girl. Yeah, so I'm going to spin this around. It would help if I measured. Look at all my pieces now. That's 5 1/2. It's 5 1/4. It is for definite. That looks less than 1/2 inch now. Cool. No, it's right. Oh, I don't like that. It's too wide. It's not. No. Let's go 5/8. I just want it to be perfect and have plenty of space to be able to stamp that Merry Christmas a couple of times. Now that's a better fit. There we go. So this is 5/8 by 5 1/4. So they're the pieces we need. Oh, we'll get there in the end, girls and boys. So I'm going to grab up the scoreboard, the Simply Scored. And what you're going to do, you're going to put this in at the long side and you're just going to score it at every inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And what I did on the other one, I should have done it really, was I'm going to go back over at the 2, the 4 and the 6. So do it 1, 3, 5, flip and then do it, because you're doing a concertina, then do 2, 4 and 6. That way hopefully your paper won't crack. Oh, crikey. I'm bashing everything all over the place today. So let's reinforce our score lines. Oh look, it matches my nails. My Avon order came, so I just had to give it a try. I'm not really a nail polishy person, but I do like it every now and then. So I'll be in Birmingham by the time you watch this. I do apologise, but I do want something for you to watch while I'm away. I may not be able to do the live premiere chat with you all because it depends how much internet signal I'll have in the hotel room. So you've basically made a concertina, and this is where your flaps are going to be adhered. So this piece, which is exactly the same length, is going there. And then you've got sections 1, 2 and 3 for your flaps. So we're going to adhere that shortly into there. Lovely. It gives you that concertina. And then on the back, you're going to have those layers to cover up. What I did with my other one, I adhered it down like that. So I had a perfect border all the way round at the back for my sentiment to go on. Like that. Thing is then, if you do that, you need to adhere that down and then that one to this piece. So I'm going to do the same as what I did on my other card. You can quite easily adhere that into there and then adhere that piece, that first flap over, making sure it's all at the right size. But I'm going to do it how I did mine. So I am going to use some fast fuse because I don't want this coming off. You can use wet glue, you can use whatever, whoops, when it wants to come out. There we go, that's better. Quite stringy, this one. I think I should have used the wet glue. It would have given me a bit more wiggle space as well. So what I'm going to do, when it peels off my fingers, I'm just going to grab some wet glue as well so I can got that wiggle space at the same time. So this will give me a little bit of wiggle space. And then what I'm going to do, I am going to line this up right on the edge. Making sure they meet up perfectly. See, if you use any type of tear tape or fast fuse like that, you've got that wiggle space as well if you use a tiny little bit of wet glue on top. So that's perfect. So 1, 2, 3. We can now glue this down. So really speaking, if you wanted, you could do it to 6 and then just score 1, 3 and 5, flip and do 2 and 4. And then you don't need this extra flap, but I'm just going by the measurements that I saw on Pinterest. It just gives a bit more stability as well in that corner. Perfect. So now we can start to attach these together. these are going to get tucked inside the flap on the first one. So we always start with, oh, I should have done a contrasting, should have done it the other way around, shouldn't I? That should have been the wider one against that purple. Never mind, it'll still look good. We're on the stamping we're going to do is on the Whisper White. So we're just going to adhere these two together. She says, putting her finger right in the glue. If I can't make the Friday night live chat on the video, please, I do apologise. We're going to attach those now. We're going to give ourselves a little gap all the way around. I would have done it the other way around. Actually, I wasn't thinking at the time. So that my purple, the gorgeous grape, was on the outside, and then Highland Heather is on the in. That way you could have contrasting colours then. So you're just going to adhere these together. Then we'll attach the top and the bottom, and then we can judge where the middle piece wants to go. Perfect. One more. There we go. This is gonna, I love these colours, and I think they look wonderful as a Christmas card as well. Who says it's got to be red and green all the time, or gold and silver? Just checking. Oops, I best hurry because my there's my 3 pieces. I'm going to attach this piece to the back. I got the perfect contrast on the back, but forgot to do it for the inside. Never mind. Just make sure you've got contrasting colours. Like, I did that one, and now I did that with red as well, so never mind. And we're going to stamp on these, and we're going to stamp on this. So I'm just attaching all my pieces first. So once we've done our stamping, and this is for that lovely strip at the front. Perfect. So now these, because we can add our Whisper White at a later stage, so just put in a little bit of wet glue, and then I'm giving myself an equal border at the side and at the top. Because you've got wet glue, it will stay in place, so trust me. So a tiny little bit more glue. You can use fast fuse on this as well. Now we're going to attach the bottom one. Have I done something wrong? I think I have. Yeah, I think I have. I've glued that piece inside down the wrong place. Don't adhere that one down without that flap being underneath, because this is your bottom one. Oh gosh, what am I like? Hold that in place. This one should have been under that flap before we taped it down. So this one, I'm afraid, is going in there with this one as well. Doesn't matter, still got that fan fold at the side. Just, I forgot, you've got to adhere that one down. So now we can judge where our flap goes, keeping the distance the same. And I've still got that little bit of wiggle space to line them all up. Isn't that beautiful? So while they're there, I'm going to grab my blocks just for a second, keep them in place, and I'm going to fetch in this beautiful, beautiful colour, which is the Highland Heather, and this is the star I used from the Star of Light stamp set. So I'm going to take my top sentiment, beautiful, and this is going, because we're going to cut this down to 1 3/8, so they all equal. So making sure your words are beautifully placed first. Then I'm going to add this gorgeous star right down the bottom corner. Oh, it's just beautiful. And while we're here, I'm going to get my Merry Christmas, and I am going to stamp one side. Oh, it's just beautiful. And this side. And I've got the gorgeous little star as well. That was in the stamp set too. And there's our Merry Christmas for our long strip. Beautiful swirl here now. And I'm going to stamp off once just to see what it's like. Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice and subtle. And then I'm going to fetch this. And I'm going to stamp one way. And then turn my stamp around. And stamp it that way. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Now we're going to stamp our beautiful little star just down the sides. Just checking my battery life is still okay. Oh, I've got a bit there, so be careful. Try and keep them abreast. Roughly the same places. And one more at the top. And at this point, you can add more sentiments to there if you want. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. I'll pop my ink away. And I'm going to fetch in my trimmer. And then you're going to cut these, like I'm saying, at so they're equal parts, 1 3/8. And then we're going to attach them inside on our flaps now. And this is going on the back. So I'm going to grab my glue again. Add the wet stuff. Oops, you know, once you've used it, it topples over. So making sure this is, well, it doesn't matter for this piece. If there was a sentiment on there, you'd have to make sure it was the right way round. So that's got a lovely border all the way round now. Perfect. Our Merry Christmas strip. Is going down this side. And I love this. I think the colours are absolutely beautiful. Just perfect. That is just so pretty. And I'm going to start at the top and work our way down. Yeah, I can't believe I glued that piece down. I do apologise. So, opening you don't even have to have, this is not going to go all the way to this edge because it's not what you're going to see. You're just going to see that. So, you're going to put your pieces, and be careful now with this centrepiece. My pattern is going down the top. So, try and line them up, keeping the same distance. Perfect. And then your bottom piece. This glue goes off so quickly. So I know my pattern is following through. See how quick that went off? That is just beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's still, I know I should have done that flap that one should be under there. So before you glue this one down, tuck that one in. And then that one. In fact, you don't even have to glue that one down. Why did I do that? Is it because I know why. Because I put it on the wrong way round. It should be that way. That facing that way. That's where my confusion come in. So be careful which way round. And then they've got this beautiful, beautiful star that I'm going to attach there. And I'm just putting some dabs just in the centre. Now I can place that gorgeous star there. It will touch that one, but this one doesn't tend to open, so that's perfectly fine. Looks like a glue cover. There we go. Pop my lid back on. There we go. And I've got these beautiful, beautiful glitter enamel shapes. And I'm going to add a purple one to the centre of that star right there. Oh my gosh, that is just so beautiful. I'm going to have the next size up, down on here, and I'm going to have a larger one in the centre there. Oh, I love it. Love it. So, do as Gaynor says, not as Gaynor just did, because I know, see how I attached it at the back here? And I adhered the back bit down. I shouldn't have adhered the front. So when you put your card in, if you're going to do it like I've done, and attach there, you need to glue it at the back, not at the front like I did. So all three flaps open, like a fan. So that's where the fan comes in. I added rhinestones on here, and I've added those enamel, glitter enamel dots on there. I think that's just beautiful. So yeah, once you've attached your card, don't attach this piece, do it from the back. So that bit goes down and not that bit, because this goes under that first flap, if you get my drift. But there is a gorgeous little fan fold card using the Star of Light stamp set in two beautiful colours. We have this one, which is Merry Merlot and Real Red, and this is Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I would love it if you would press subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see what I make tomorrow, don't forget to press the bell and you will be notified of all future videos. But thank you for spending your time with me. Sorry for all my little mistakes, but we got there in the end. I love you all. See you soon. Bye.